In this video, we're gonna beat up Vishnu. So the special effect here is the intimidation stack. So every turn, your team will get one stack, and when you remove it, you will pass on the stack to the opponent, which you do want to do because this intimidation stack decreases defense. So if you're able to get all 5 to the opponent, then you can get free defense debuff. You can do this with Dikunda from Wonder. You can use skill 2 Minami to remove it also, which is very important. You do want to remove it. Then we have fire damage increase versus stack, so the boss do damage as you progress through the fight. Then make sure you include the Guardian and Medics. So for the gimmick itself, honestly there's no real gimmick here, just Soul Link. That's all, so they share the damage. Now for the team, I'll show you a free to play rotation in the end of the video, which replaces Marion for Lufel. So let's go with Ann first, our main damage dealer. She will be using skill 1, skill 3 highlight. Skill 1 can buff attack, skill 3 for damage, highlight for damage also. Highlight can also increase fire damage for Ann, so she will do more damage. As for the cards, Strife and Acceptance, 5-star weapon, stat screen. Next up we have Marion. Marion is super important here. Marion is going to use skill 2, not just to heal, but to also remove the intimidation stack. So you need to use skill 2 twice, the first 2 turns, to remove 5 stacks total, which will get passed on onto the boss. Skill 3, to heal and to activate the 5-star weapon for the damage. Trust and Prosperity set, you do read this 4 highlight in 6 turns, 5-star weapon. So when you use a diagnosis stack, you increase party's damage for 1 turn. Stat screen. Next up we have Key, also super important here because of fire damage and burn. You don't want to spread burn on the first turn yet. In fact, you actually cannot spread burn on the first turn because you don't want to fail. Lufel usually can give you the free burn at the start of battle, but this one you don't want to spread burn because you don't want to activate the roll state on the first turn. You want to activate it next turn so that you get more points, because on the first turn the point multiplier is 0.5, second turn is 1 times, so it's more points. Then we have skill 2, this will apply the DOT for more damage. We also have the highlight, which can burn and also increase fire damage taken by the enemy. We have awareness and control for more fire damage. 4-star weapon, stat screen. Our navigators could be Okian. We do not have Phoebe. If you want, you can full Phoebe here of course, but I've heard people say that Phoebe is actually better on the other side and Win is better here. I'm not really sure, I haven't tested it. I don't have Phoebe also. But anyways, skill 1, skill 3 for the buff. We have Trust and Power for the attack. 4-star weapon, stat screen. So for weapon, we're using Ex Machina. This is extra valuable because we have 2 fire types here, and Key can also do some decent damage, so Ex Machina will boost that damage even more. As for the persona, this is where things get a bit interesting. We have first of all Cert, who will be using Marakunda for the defense debuff. Next up we have Baphomet. Shout out to my guildmate Velin for suggesting Magarula Baphomet. Make sure to give it accuracy boost or windswept, or both. Even better if both. The reason why we're using Magarula here is because this passive can activate without the signature skill Red Hot. As long as you just attack only one target with burn, as long as you attack just one target with burn, it will apply this debuff to all the opponents. So there's 5 of the Vishnu, just 1 burn needed, you can apply this passive. This 20% damage increase, that's pretty good. And Windswept can also debuff with Windswept, the defense debuff, so that's also pretty good. If you want, you can also try like a Mazionga with Shock. I think that will also work. I have no idea if it's gonna be better or not, but just another suggestion. As persona, gonna be Dionysus. You need Rebellion here. The Kunda, if you're using a free-to-play team, if you're not using Marion, you have to include the Kunda. I'll talk about this in the free-to-play section. As for the turn order, make sure your Arn is 4th, Marion 3rd. Key has to be at least 2nd, 1st or 2nd, because he will get knocked down, and if he gets knocked down, then he cannot use the highlight. So putting him in 2nd means that he can wake up in time to use the highlight. Preferably be at 2nd so that Wonder's buff can apply to him and he will do a bit more damage. And with that, we can begin. So Wonder, we go Dionysus Rebellion. We buff on. In Key, we use Key 1. Make sure you don't use any AoE fire moves here, because you don't want to activate Ann's roll state on the first turn. You want to activate it on the second turn, so you have to delay it. If you're using Lufel here, do not use Skill 1 on the burn target. Do not spread the burn, because you don't want AoE damage. Now Minami or Marion, use skill 2 on. Make sure Minami always targets Ann so that she gets the healing, gets the pierce rate. And Ann will just skill 1. The only AoE fire moves you're going to use is Ann for the first turn. There's an RNG part here. You need to make sure that Ann doesn't get knocked down. If she gets knocked down, you restart. Because we're gonna use our highlight soon. Now we okay on skill 3. Oh, for a double, nice. So here we use Baphomet Magarola. So you don't need to burn everything to activate the passive. Only just need one burn target, which the second one is burned. Doesn't matter, just attack it. All of them will get all of them will get the damage taken up. So even the one that is not burned will get this 20%. All of them will get 20%. So that's very nice, because this turn we're gonna do some damage. First, we're gonna use Ann highlight here. Ann's highlight will also boost Ann's fire damage for one turn. And now we spread the burn. Then Marion, skill 2. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about the very important part about this boss. The intimidation stacks. You see that there is 2 stacks here. The boss has 2 stacks of intimidation. The reason why is because I used Marion's skill 2. So you'll see that Ann only has 1 intimidation stack, because the last turn we remove 1. Wonder also has 1, because the skill 2 targeted both Ann and Wonder. You'll see that Marion and Key both have 2 stacks, because we didn't remove them. So that means 1 is removed from Ann, the other is removed from Wonder, so the boss has 2 stacks. All of them has 2 stacks. So we're gonna use skill 2 again. We're gonna target Ann, and we need to make sure and hope that the other target is gonna be someone that is not Wonder, because Wonder only has 1 stack. And ideally it's gonna be Marion or Key who gets the skill 2, which Key should get the skill 2 because Key has also low HP. So you will see Key and Ann gets healed, and you will see that it is now 5 stacks of intimidation. You will see that Key has no more intimidation. Both of his stacks were removed. Ann also removed. So there is 3 stacks removed, 3 given to the boss. So we skill 3 here. Do some damage. Now we'll solve the roll state. From this point on, knockdown or not doesn't matter. So it's safe. Only the second turn to make sure that Ann doesn't get knocked down. Oh, no one gets knocked down. That's cool. Then we're gonna revolution with Dionysus. He can start using skill 2. We do some DOT. His damage himself is also not that bad, so I can give some extra points. Marion, with skill 3. Do everybody. Marion will be spamming skill 2 the entire way now. Skill 3 the entire way. Now Wonder highlight, the buff highlight. And Ann will use skill 3 again. Oh, okay with skill 3. Here we mount our cooldown with sword. Debuff the defense. Key, we need to use skill 1 to reapply the burn. Make sure you target the one that has a burn. You can see the burn by the the icon thing, the animation. Sadly the stack is gonna go from 5 to 2, sadly. But it's fine, we're gonna get it back next turn. Skill 3 Marion again. Make sure if you have diagnosis stack. the green thing. If you don't have, you just use skill 2 on Un. Ideally, you do one diagnosis stack to give the buff from her 5-star weapon. The healing and the more damage. Now we skill 1 with Un. This is to reapply the attack buff here 20%. And then if you have the roll state, you will get another 80% also. So more buff. And this will last until the end of the turn. It's nice that it's always taking the fire burn damage. You can get more points. You got the crit. This rotation might needs a bit of work because there is actually one turn. The last turn we didn't have Rebellion actually. But I feel that it's more worth it because we're gonna use skill 1 with Un anyways, right? So the damage isn't gonna be that much, so we Rebellion here. So there's one turn with no Rebellion. So I'm not really sure how to slot it in. Difficult. But yeah, our key highlight here. This will debuff the enemy, so they will take more fire damage. And also we apply burn. Skill 2. You should get us back to 5 stacks. The more stacks the better, the more fire damage you do. And also activate the E6 also. If you get 10 chosen 1 stacks, you get more fire damage. Skill 3 Marion. Then skill 3 Un. Wow, all of them knocked down. So nice. So we skill 1. The last turn now this. And now again, the Baphomet Garuda. Pray for as many wins as possible. 3 out of 5, that's okay. Skill 2. You can see the 100k damage is actually pretty solid. Again, skill 3. If you struggle with SP, we might maybe make sure to give her the SP card. Now with the roll state, we can highlight big damage. 660k, that's pretty good. We got positive winning also, very nice. Then skill 3. Can you record? I don't think so. But this should be pretty good. 35 million? Oh, not yet. But it's still a decent attempt. So our free-to-play version is going to be Lufel instead of Marion. So, oh wow, I think I broke my game. Oh, I think I broke my game, that's funny. But anyways, Lufel is definitely not as good as Marion. Very obvious, because Lufel doesn't give pierce rate. But for a fire team, he is pretty good. Because Lufel can apply the... Oh, I think I actually broke my game. Oh wow, now Riddle is broken. What is going on? Okay, anyways, Lufel can heal. That's the most important thing here, because you need a sustain. And you also need to activate the special effect. If you don't have sustain, you can take more damage. So you have skill 3 to heal. You can also skill 2 on the first turn. Make sure you target Un to give her the Starfire. If you have A6, it's even better, because your Starfire can get into Starfire 3. That's even more attack and more fire damage. So we have Trust and Prosperity set, since we're replacing Marion, right? So obviously we need the same set. Then for star weapon, stat screen. So Wonders Persona is going to be the same, but you have to include the Kunda for Dionysus. He is to remove the Intimidation stack. Unfortunately, you can only remove 4 with 1 Kunda because you have 4 members, right? So each stack you remove is going to count towards the boss. So 4 members of the Intimidation stack, you use the Kunda, remove 1 from each one of them. So 4 allies total, that's going to be 4 Intimidation stack. You remove those, you give 4 to the opponents. And I don't think it's worth it to use one more Dekunda to give a 5th one because it's a waste of 1 action, just for 1 debuff. And when you use the Dekunda, make sure you put An as the main target to activate the crit damage passive. That is very important. Here is a rotation for Lufel. It's pretty much the exact same as the premium team, but just change the column here to Lufel instead of Marion. And then this turn, we change Baphomet Margarula to Dekunda. Everything else is pretty much the same. So for Lufel, when you use skill 2 here, make sure you target An. For the following skill 3, you can target whoever you want as the main target. Preferably someone that doesn't have the Starfire if you want to really min-max. And turn 4, if you're A6, turn 4, make sure you target An again to give her the Starfire because Starfire 3 lasts until turn 3, right? And turn 4, no more Starfire, need to reapply it. If you don't have A6 Lufel, then you need to skill 3 and target An every other turn, every odd turn, so turn 1, 3 and 5. The last turn you don't need to heal anymore, so you can use skill 1 and then you attack the one that has the main swipe to do a bit more damage. And again, when you use the Kunda here, make sure you target An as the main target to give her the crit damage because the Kunda comes from Dionysus. And the final score I got was 29.5 million, which is a huge difference compared to the 34.7 million I got. That's like 15-20% difference. So that's the difference between the Lufel and the Marion. To be fair, my Marion is A1, so there is PS rate.